Welcome to This Explainer. You probably already know the case. Today, we're breaking down the actual facts behind one of the internet's absolute most chilling and widely debated mysteries. We're going to look directly at the timeline, the hard evidence, and the medical reality to understand exactly how the Elisa Lam investigation really unfolded. No rumors, just the facts. So let's just hook right into this. How on earth did a young woman completely vanish from a hotel, leaving behind a frankly terrifying video that shocked the whole world, only to be found weeks later inside a rooftop water tank? It's a case that has generated literally endless speculation, and today we are using the facts to finally cut through that noise. We start our chronology by introducing Elisa herself. Back in January 2013, this incredibly intelligent, creative, and adventurous 21-year-old Canadian student arrived in Los Angeles. She was traveling alone, right in the middle of a massive dream trip across the United States. She loved writing about her travels and sharing her experiences online, and, by all accounts, everything seemed absolutely perfectly normal as her journey began. But that dream vacation quickly turned into a total crisis. She checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel on January 26th. For a few days, everything's fine. She explored the city, snapped photographs, and kept in close touch with her family. But then, on January 31st, the exact day she was scheduled to check out, everything just stopped. Calls went totally unanswered, messages, zero replies. Investigators immediately kicked into gear with some frantic steps to locate her. The police officially launched a missing person investigation. They physically searched the hotel grounds, they questioned the employees extensively, and they pulled all the building's surveillance footage. But despite this incredibly rigorous sweep, there was absolutely no sign of Elisa anywhere. And then, detectives combing through hours and hours of those security cameras discovered a singular piece of evidence. It was a video that would very quickly become one of the most famous, heavily scrutinized mystery clips on the entire internet. You know the one. Doing a clinical, second-by-second breakdown of that footage reveals some highly erratic behavior. At first glance, okay, it looks normal. But then she presses multiple buttons. She nervously peeks out into the hallway, repeatedly stepping in and out. She actively hides in the corner and makes these really unusual hand gestures, looking completely terrified. It's almost as if she's communicating with someone standing entirely off camera. And yet, nobody else ever appears. As you can probably guess, once this footage was released to the public, it spread like wildfire online. Millions of people watched it, analyzing literally every single frame. And this fueled just massive global speculation. Viewers were absolutely convinced she was being stalked by some predator, while others leaned heavily into paranormal explanations, mostly because of the hotel's famously dark history. But while the whole internet debated ghosts and killers, the real truth was still hidden. As the weeks passed by, the global mystery just kept growing. But back at the hotel, a very physical and honestly gruesome problem was developing. Guests started complaining that the water in their rooms tasted strange. Some even reported a distinct, foul odor and a highly unusual discoloration coming straight from their taps. Those deeply unsettling complaints prompted hotel maintenance workers to go up and inspect the rooftop water tanks. And it was up there that they made a truly horrifying discovery. Inside one of those massive tanks was Elisa Lam. The missing student had finally been found, but this discovery, it sent massive shockwaves right through the entire investigation. Finding her in such an obscure, totally restricted location immediately forced detectives to ask the hardest possible questions. How did she actually navigate her way onto that roof in the first place? And far more importantly, what exactly happened during her final hours that led her into that water tank? Well, here is the crucial point. The physical evidence completely contradicted the internet's wild theories of murder or foul play. Detectives found that while the roof was definitely difficult to access, it wasn't actually impossible for a determined guest to reach. Furthermore, the surveillance footage showed zero evidence of anyone else accompanying her. The autopsy confirmed no signs of physical assault and literally no evidence at all suggesting a homicide took place. Because the physical evidence essentially ruled out a physical attacker, we're now going to pivot this investigation away from all that true crime sensationalism. Instead, we need to look strictly at the medical reality uncovered during the autopsy. Investigators learned a critical piece of background information that frankly changed everything. The autopsy uncovered this critical piece of medical reality. Elisa had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and toxicology reports indicated she may not have been taking her prescribed medication consistently prior to her disappearance. Medical experts will tell you that this severe chemical imbalance can directly trigger a major mental health crisis. We're talking about profound confusion, extreme paranoia, and vivid hallucinations. Armed with this new psychological insight, medical experts and investigators realized they needed to go back. They had to look at that viral elevator footage one more time, but this time viewing it through an entirely different lens. And this is where it all clicks. It brilliantly illustrates how what people thought was a paranormal event was actually a documented, incredibly tragic mental health crisis unfolding in real time. Look at how the symptoms map perfectly to her actions. Pressing all those multiple buttons, that aligns with profound confusion. Hiding in the corner, that visualizes severe paranoia. And communicating through those strange hand gestures points directly to active hallucinations. When we weigh these two narratives against each other, the contrast is just stark. On one side, you've got sensationalized internet theories, right? Paranormal activity, invisible stalkers, elaborate murder plots. But on the exact opposite side, you have the strict evidence-based conclusions drawn by medical examiners and detectives, a severe mental health crisis that ultimately led to a fatal accident. Let's state the final ruling as clearly as possible. Authorities officially concluded that Elisa Lam's death was an accidental drowning. Based on the entire totality of the evidence, investigators believe she likely accessed the roof and climbed into that rooftop water tank entirely by herself while suffering from a severe psychological episode. There was absolutely zero evidence to support murder and zero evidence of anything paranormal. So, while the medical facts strongly point to a deeply tragic, heartbreaking accident, the profoundly unsettling nature of that elevator footage continues to make millions of people question the official narrative. The elevators of the Cecil Hotel still move up and down, and people are still searching that final video for hidden clues. It really challenges us to think about how we consume mysteries. Do we accept the cold, hard medical evidence, or do we hold on to the lingering feeling that something, somewhere, was somehow missed in plain sight?